As expected, Monday's COVID figures were at an all-time high. That's after the addition of the COVID count from prisons nationwide. Chances are that today's figures will remain high, but not as high as those of yesterday. This as more within jails are listed. Of greater concern is the growing count nationwide, with the biggest count coming from the densely populated capital of Bangkok.
For confirmed case today, we have recorded 9,635 cases. It's a high, new high that we have never seen before in Thailand. However, the majority is detected in prisons. Out of this number, 2,777 are from local transmission, so a little bit higher than the past few days. 6,853 are detected in prisons across the country. 43,268 active cases still being treated. And we have 25 new fatalities to report to you today, unfortunately, making the cumulative fatalities at 614. There are now 28 active clusters in Bangkok in a total of 19 districts. Authorities give utmost importance to the COVID transmissions in prisons and reassures that all cases will receive proper medical treatment.
Close to 6.5 million Thais have registered for vaccinations nationwide via a phone app set up for the purpose. Of those, 750,000 were from Bangkok. That sees the June supplies for vaccines accounted for, and new bookings are expected to be for July onwards. A minivan stopped in Kanchanaburi province carrying 5 passengers. All had Thai ID cards. The only thing was that the photographs didn't match the passengers. It seems they'd bought the Thai ID cards, somehow acquired from Thais. Police are checking to see if they were reported as lost or stolen, as is the law here, as people smugglers become more and more experienced in plying their trade to bring Burmese here illegally with the promise of work at still unnamed locations. Bangkok's daily COVID count was 1,843 in one day of testing, leading to concern for health there and an increase in hospital facilities. And perhaps worse, the concern that many will take the opportunity to escape the city for weekends to locations where COVID restrictions have now been lowered and facilities are open. A move that would, without doubt, see a fourth spread of the virus. Currently, there are no travel restrictions in place for Bangkokians, and none, we're told, are in sight either. Meanwhile, at home and in Pattaya, medical teams set up by City Hall are readying today to begin inoculations locally. Those receiving shots had to book in advance, and we're told all places were fully booked ahead of the launch, and med teams are out tomorrow onwards in vaccination centres. Eateries around the city cleared the cobwebs, smartened up and flung open their doors yesterday after restrictions were eased, seeing the public in most cases almost rushing to dine in for the first time in a while. Language schools too are now reopened, and those such as Easy ABC and others are now allowed to teach in school, in classes, welcoming pupils but with obvious COVID controls. And controls on local beaches have seen many moaning as they're effectively closed to the public. Popular with those who want or need to exercise, 2 reasons for the closures are presented. One, that when the closures were first announced, numerous groups of Thais and non-Thais took it upon themselves to squat along the seafronts with alcoholic drinks and even take their own deck chairs for mini parties, despite the continued ban on group gatherings. The other reason perhaps is that if opened, they'd create yet another magnet for potential domestic travellers, something that might provide a temporary fix for some local businesses, but without doubt would lead to more COVID cases here. Jomtien has seen the worst behaviour with groups still gathering, which has enraged local officials who continually clear them. The SAS approach to traffic control on the railway road, Who Dares Wins, saw a serious accident yesterday, as with no official right-of-way on any crossings, a people carrier taxi was overturned when it was hit by a fast-driving truck. Neither driver acknowledged fault, but the truck that was flying along the railway road obviously was at speed since the taxi was left on its side. In the past, traffic lights and other controls have been tried. None have ever been successful. And with the reminder, mitts, masks and meters, wash your hands, wear a mask and keep social distancing. And the Met Office promising highs today of 33, the real feel of about 38 though, lows of 28 and a promise of storms. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.